Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with Pure Soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. Aquadam.net. Give them a call at 707-764-2119. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, having to deal with the insurance company, not to mention the memories that are lost that you can never replace. To those who live in flood-prone and hurricane-prone areas, which is just around the corner, prepare now. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Visit Aquadam.net to see how they can help you prepare to avoid flood damage this season and every season thereafter. And Aquadam can be another tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. A cofferdam, using water to control water, that can protect your home, your business, your church, your neighborhood, like a dam, but without the beavers. Give Aquadam a call at 707-764-2119, 707-764-2119, or look them up online at aquadam.net. They're also on Facebook at Aquadam Inc., or call or email them today. They can help you out. Give them a call. Tell them Opperman Report sent you. Opperman Report. That's 10% off the price to anyone who mentions the Opperman Report.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, welcome to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, private investigator Ed Opperman. You can find me at Opperman Investigations and Digital Forensic Consulting. If you like today's show, be sure and check out our members section at OppermanReport.com, where we have all kinds of exclusive content. We're going to be talking about the Epstein case again today, and there's tons of documents in there about the Epstein case. Also, too, every Thursday night from now on, I got a new project, Thursday evenings, 7 p.m., a live video podcast. It's a true crime topic mostly, but we did a show this week about Epstein, too, as well. one about the West Memphis Three. Next week I have Doug Valentine coming on, who's a Phoenix program guy. GetVocal.com. That's GETVOKL.com. It's a free service. You sign up for free. There's a chat room in there, and it's a live video podcast. Our guest today is a returning guest, is Steven Hoffenberg, the former president of the CEO of the New York Post, former CEO of Tower Financial, a business partners with Jeffrey Epstein, and now he's working 24 hours a day to recover the funds from the Epstein Trust and pay restitution to the victims of the Tower Financial problem. Mr. Hoffenberg, are you there?
Yes, Ed, I'm here.
Thank you so much for coming back. So now you were telling me that there's been some new rulings this week since we spoke last time?
Yes, there was a very important decision that came down from the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit regarding the victims attempting to establish a civil rights violation by the prosecution in 2008 when Epstein was given the non-prosecution agreement that carried forward to 4 of his co-conspirators, and there was some further language of no prosecution to anybody involved in the Epstein mystery crimes, which is something you never see, where they're just giving no prosecution, get out of jail cards to unnamed people. It's shocking.
Now, is this the litigation? Yeah. Is this the litigation that was related to the victims weren't notified by the Victims Compensation Board, Victims Services Agency?
Yeah, the victims have established clearly in litigation that they were left out of all interaction that the victims' rights laws demands the government share with the victims. And there was none, literally none. And the federal court ruled that Alex Acosta's office was wrong and it was a civil rights violation. They ruled that originally.
Yeah, I believe they ruled that he acted unlawfully.
Yes, it was a very dramatic, serious ruling against Alex Acosta and his office.
Wasn't there an issue, though, that there was no guidelines for compensation or punishment for that infraction?
Well, there actually is restitution that was covered in the no prosecution agreement.
Right.
There is language where Epstein was sued by certain victims, and there was wording as to how he would pay out the restitution. So there is a court-established rule for restitution. What happened in this case, it was done separately in civil litigations against Epstein.
Right. So then what happened in this ruling this week?
This week's ruling attempted to set aside the non-prosecution agreement in its entirety in the appeals court in front of 3 judges. They wanted to pursue a case. The victims wanted to pursue a case against Alex Acosta individually for civil rights violations and for destroying the victim's case by giving the no prosecution agreement improperly to Epstein and 4 others.
Okay, fascinating. So, yeah, that's great. What did the judge rule? How come this isn't in the news? I didn't see this anywhere.
Yeah, it came down, and 2 judges ruled against the victims under the point that there was no federal indictment alleged, so that the no prosecution agreement stood alone, in essence. And 1 judge ruled for the victims. Now, you got to get a majority of the appeals court, 3 judges, and the victims were able to get 1 judge to support their claims effectively. And 2 judges said they were saddened to rule against the victims, but they felt that was the best approach currently.
Okay, so then basically it was a loss then.
It was a tragedy. It was a tragedy.
Yeah.
This has been going on for years, and the victims took a major defeat this week. Major defeat.
No, it's fascinating because it seems like they lose at every turn.
Well, they didn't lose in another turn that's very substantial last week. And that turn is going to result in the mystery being exposed.
Okay, so what's that?
In co-conspirators. Keeping in mind that Jeffrey Epstein had substantial political evidence, major political evidence, with his involvement with President Donald Trump and his involvement with President Bill Clinton. The lawsuits now pending against Darren, conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein in all the crimes, are very serious. Wherein Darren Indyk, who is a lawyer, who's been alongside of Jeffrey Epstein in all his crimes, has now a problem that's going to force him into a very difficult place. The Attorney General of the Virgin Islands went to the court a week ago and said that the court has to make a decision to throw out Darren Indyk from running the $600 million trust and throw out Richard Kahn, two co-executives of the $600 million trust, and appoint legitimate executives to run the $600 million trust and deal with the victims. So that's a very serious charge that has now been expanded substantially in the Virgin Islands courthouse.
So and that's new since last week, too?
Well, that happened by a filing of the Attorney General that went forward at the beginning of this past week and Friday. So what's happening here is there's going to be a ruling that's going to be very substantial against the $600 million trust and the co-conspirators. Now, these people are facing life in prison based on these allegations. They haven't been indicted formally, but they've been charged in the trust litigations with the same crimes and more crimes than Jeffrey Epstein was charged with. Money crimes. So what's going to take place if there's not a settlement reached with these victims? This is going to become a political case, a very major political case. There are a group of people attached to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes that know about the politics linkage with President Donald Trump. And this is going to link into the presidential campaign for November between the Democrats and the Republicans.
Okay, a couple of questions. What information would they have about Trump that would be damaging to Trump?
They have evidence of other linkage to President Donald Trump with the whole Jeffrey Epstein mystery. There is other evidence out there that will link right into the presidential election.
Now, is this financial linkage or otherwise?
This is financial linkage and otherwise.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Now, in the past, let me ask you a question, because in the past I've asked you about this, and you've always said, no, Trump is keeping his enemies close, he's keeping an eye on